Hi everyone. Welcome to week two, which is focusing on simplifying our nutrition and incorporating good whole foods, eliminating processed foods from our diet. Um, and basically, the theory here is to uh, crowd in good food. So, remove the processed foods, yes, but fill the gaps with really great whole food that tastes really good. Um, and One of the things that we're going to do is learn how to meal prep. Uh, for a lot of people, time is a concern when it comes to cooking real food for the week. I definitely run into this issue with convenience and running out to grab some food because I am too tired or I ran out of time to cook dinner, especially. And I hope that the shopping lists and the meal plans and recipes that I provide to you are a way where you can really see your success and your fulfillment in um, doing a meal prep and having the food for the week. You have a shopping list, which is included. It's just a bullet pointed list of everything you'll need. I would just browse through the recipes to get an idea of portions depending on how many people are in your household, and whether or not they'll be participating in your whole food cleanse. So take a browse through and get an idea of how much of everything you'll need. The recipes are all good whole foods, and they sort of incorporate a lot of the same ingredients. So when you're meal prepping, you'll prep bulk of some things, and they can be used throughout the week in many of the recipes. Um, some of the items, for instance, sweet potatoes, are incorporated in a soup. There's some salads that have them on top. And then there's even a protein cookie recipe included in week one, where the baked sweet potatoes are incorporated in the cookies. So the most effective way to do meal prep is to prep things like roasted vegetables, fresh almond milk, your protein, however grilled or pan grilled protein or baked protein, however it's being prepared, but to have that up front, at least for the first 3 to 4 days of the week. And then also to prep a breakfast on the go for week one. That's going to be overnight oats. So you'll prep 5 overnight oats, enough for 5 mornings. So all week you don't have to worry about breakfast. And kind of use the ingredients in both lunch and dinner to simplify, but also make a variety of meals with those items that you prep. The other thing that you will prep at the beginning of the week is the grain. So week one, it's quinoa. You'll make a big batch of quinoa and you'll have it for the week. So that's kind of my method there. And everything for each week will be provided to you. So week one is up currently. Week two will go up mid next week. And then week three will go up the middle of the third week. So it will all be there. I just don't want you to be overwhelmed with all of the information. Also, I wanted to say that if you don't like something, feel free to ask me for a substitute or go ahead and substitute it yourself, with keeping in mind the eliminations which I'll talk about in an audio, and then also keeping out processed foods. So, for instance, if something calls for soy sauce, a good substitute would not be barbecue sauce. We're trying to eliminate the things with lots of items in the ingredients list when you're looking at the grocery store. So if you do end up buying something that's prepared, you want to look for a list of items that you can identify, no chemicals, no added sugar, that kind of thing. So if you're going to purchase something Saturday and Sunday are days where you have sort of a free day, if you will, but some flexibility in terms of like going out to eat or getting something in, and those are kind of the rules to play by. Keep in mind your eliminations, and then go for something that's a good whole food. And if you're out at a restaurant, feel free to ask them. I'm sure they would share some of the ingredients that are in there. You can get a feel for what they're using to cook with. And then I also just wanted to talk a little bit about why home cooked food, beyond the nutritional value, is important to everybody. Basically, when you cook food, it sounds a little crazy, but it absorbs the energy that you put into it. So when you're prepping food for yourself, there's a lot of sort of love and concentration and care going into making that food, and that gets absorbed. And when you're eating it, your body, feels that, as opposed to going out to, a fast food place where the person making your food or heating up your food doesn't really care necessarily about their job, and they're just like trying to pump the food out. And so it's fast, it's not cared for, and all of that really does play a part in the energy that you absorb when you eat. I also encourage you to take the time to eat in the next 3 weeks. Sit down. I know we're all busy, but at least try to sit down, turn off your computer if you're at work, or take your lunch outside, or just remove yourself if you can from your desk if you're at work, or really make a nice dinner table for yourself to sit down and eat, whether it's just you or with your family, and enjoy the food, because I know it's a lot of work. It's worth it, and it's also worth it to take the time and enjoy your meals with your family. There's also some journal questions included in the module that you all want to think about and record. You don't have to do it in the morning, obviously, but keep them in mind during the day, and maybe at night jot some notes down, just to see how you're feeling and how you're progressing throughout the 3 weeks. And lastly, I just want to talk a little bit about hydration. The rule of thumb is to drink your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you'd want to take in 75 ounces at a minimum of water per day. And there's a chart included where you can sort of track at different points of the day how much water you've had, and then obviously you can figure out how much you need to go to end the day at that amount. So keep that in mind. We are made up mostly of water, and we want to keep that supply in check. If you're exercising, definitely drink more water, and just put water before any other liquids. So obviously with the elimination of processed foods, you won't be drinking soda or anything like that, but if you drink even seltzer, try to get in the still water before you fill in the gaps with other liquids. I think that's it for this. I hope you enjoy this nutritional journey, and of course, if you have any questions, concerns, I'm available for you to reach out to, and of course, bring them up on our group call. Yeah, so enjoy meal prep, enjoy eating this amazing food, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.